Hello, everyone. Welcome to News Now, the Belmont Journal's daily update on what's going on in the community of Belmont. I'm your host, Roger Colton. I have with me today Franklin Tucker, the editor and publisher of the Belmontonian, Belmont's online source for hyperlocal news. Franklin, the high school building committee recently met. There's 25 weeks left before the school is intended to open. Is it going to happen?
Oh, I think it is. They're very confident that it will open for the first days of school, which is going to be a little later this year. I think it's simply because they wanted the building committee and just wanted a little bit, just an extra little time because there's going to be moving a lot of stuff in. But right now, today, there was a meeting last week and this week. And the building committee again sounds very confident. I mean, they've just made their purchase price for the furniture. So, so right now the classrooms are being painted. There's a lot of work that's going on, and if you go by there on Saturday and sometimes Sunday, you see a line of pickup trucks on Concord Avenue right outside of the high school, and that's because they are working overtime. But as of now, everything is going as a plan. And if you go by the school at night, you can, if they have the lights on, you can see the blue paint that they're painting all the classrooms. So you can see that they're working pretty diligently to bring that up. They've got the glass in at the entrance, and it really is. If you see the photographs of just being of the people of the work that's been inside, it's quite impressive. It's gonna look very nice. So yeah, that's right. 25 weeks. They're on time. That means literally 6 months from today, they want to be inside. That they're going to open the doors with an they're going to try to get the certificate. They're trying to get the certification of occupancy sometime in the third week of August. So let's see if that happens, but they're pretty sure that it's gonna happen.
What do we know about the extent to which, if at all, they're on budget?
If they are on budget, that is the one thing that they are very, very intent to keep. They have their contingency is going as planned. The contingency budget. I mean, there are things that are going that are, as with any project of this size, you're going to find some things that have gone up in cost. There may have been a different, they have to redo things, and that comes out of your contingency, but the contingency is still in the black. Right now, everybody's just confident that if everything goes as it's going previously, no big COVID outbreak, nothing like that. I think that's the one thing they are the most concerned about, because I think they know that they bought everything. There's no they don't have to buy anything right now. Everything has been bought. Now they just have to put it in, whether it's electronics or seats or whatnot.
Now, there was some disagreement this week continuing disagreement over tennis courts. Can you tell us what happened there?
Well, in today's meeting, on the last meeting of the building committee, they wanted to just to inform the building committee about what's happening at the west end of the campus, which is west of Harris Field. Where the hockey rink is, and as we know, the town, along with the school district and other people in town, are looking at a new rink. They brought a person who specifically does sports architecture for Perkins and Wills, who did the high school, and they're trying to see if they can just fit that building inside there, so they can also have parking and playing fields. Right now, in all likelihood, there's no chance that they could put tennis courts in there, the 5 tennis courts. It's just, you're just putting too much into a very limited space, and you're required to have 90 parking spaces because it's part of the planning board's agreement with the high school. They signed off on the high school with a certain number of parking spaces. And so they need 90 there, and you have to have the fields, and you have they want that ice rink there. And the reason they want an ice rink is because hockey is a big program in Belmont, and it's so costly to get ice time. I mean, if you have your own rink, you've literally got it made, because there are a lot of programs that are limited in size and scope simply because they can't find ice time. So everybody wants an ice rink there. So you have three things that have to be there: parking, a rink, and playing fields. Tennis just can't fit in there. And the Recreation Commission signed off on adding a court at Winbrook. And as one of the school committee members who's also a member of the building committee said, once the underpass at Alexander Avenue connects the north side of Belmont to the high school, underneath the commuter tracks, you'll find out how really close Belmont High School is to the Winbrook courts. So she said that would be. But again, there were a number of people who went to who saw that an agenda item was, what's happening at the west end of the campus, and they came on and they wanted to talk about, how can we put courts at the high school. And as Bill Lavallo, who's the chairman of the building committee, said, it's really not our purview. We can't tell anybody to put anything in there. We just have a set amount of money that's going to go into that to do whatever we have to do at that side. So it really is. I think you're going to see the next meeting of the select board, when they do talk about that rink, you'll see a large number of people trying to convince everybody, the select board and the school district, that tennis courts can go on there. Frankly, I don't see how it can. And I think there are people who are now saying, look, we decided this a year and a half ago. This was not something that we even think is up for discussion. We've already made that discussion, a while back. So we'll see.
Okay, let's close the door on that. There was disagreement to an extent over a proposed proclamation for town meeting at a recent select board meeting. Tell us what happened there.
Again, this is something that has been brought up before, and it's something that was presented by two students at the high school, Alec Fick and Laura Ovecharova, and they came in with the Indigenous People Day, basically switching the Columbus Day holiday and then now renaming it Indigenous Peoples Day, simply because they say that Columbus shouldn't be awarded a holiday for the atrocities that he committed against Indigenous people in the West Indies. So it went to the board. Basically, they're asking for favorable action, and it was voted 2-1 favorable action. It was Chairman Epstein, Roy Epstein of the select board, who wanted to add a line into the amendment, into the proclamation, saying, we're not trying to disrespect Italian Americans. They've been discriminated themselves, so this is not against Italians. And Tom Caputo and Adam Dash, the other two select board members, said, maybe that's not, let's keep the focus on Indigenous people rather than bringing other things into that. Surprisingly, it's one of the few articles that are being brought to, when these added articles that we usually see 4 or 5 in a town meeting, and I think we're only going to see 2. I believe there's another one about traffic, how traffic, when you come to a stop sign, how you can't see over the traffic, as it's coming because you have cars there. I guess somebody wants to push the cars back even more, and that's a great thing because I always find myself, getting into the street just to see what's coming left and right. You can't, and it's a safety issue. So we'll see what happens at town meeting with that one also.
Well, thanks a lot. Town meeting is coming up in the first week of May.
That's right. And it's also virtual again. It's not going. It's going to be only town meeting members will have a Zoom account. Everybody else is going to watch it on Belmont Media Center. But I guess we will have a fall town meeting. Certainly, we'll have a fall town meeting this year, and they said they are hopeful that will be in person.
News Now will keep you up to date as we hear more information about town meeting, both the spring annual town meeting and the expected fall town meeting. You've been watching News Now, the Belmont Journal's daily update on what's going on in the community of Belmont. Thanks for watching. I'm your host, Roger Colton. I'll talk with you again next time.